Now you'll notice when I press the throttle, it's going into reverse. Hey guys, welcome back to Revolution XRC, and welcome to the next part of this Traxxas TRX4M K10 Chevy build series. Now, I think I am going to kind of head in the direction of a monster truck for this K10 High Trail. I do have another one that I'm going to use as a more capable crawler, so this one will be a little bit different as far as how I'm going to build it up. So in this box, I've got some pieces or parts from RC all-wheel drive. Alright. Let's see what we got here. In this package from RC all-wheel drive, we've got front and rear portal axles. And it also includes a servo. Now that's not all. You've also got upgraded drive shafts here, as well as extra diffs here. And these are locked diffs, and I'll tell you the reason why this is significant here for this part. So I'm going to open all this up, and we're going to take a detailed look at all these different parts. Alright, so here are the parts opened up. The front and rear portal axles. Now these are pretty nice. They've got some nice heft to them. They're all metal. And they even have some brass parts on there to kind of keep that weight down low. These look like brass portal covers. Might actually be brass knuckles as well. And it does come with a servo. Now, I'm not sure how strong this servo is. I'll look it up later. But it's nice that it does come with one. Here is the rear portal axle. Same thing. It looks like it may have brass portal covers, and the rest of the axle is just metal. But it's got a nice heft to them. Now, there is something special about these portals, and I'll go over it in just a bit. Some nice drive shafts, CVD drive shafts. Alright, so these are kind of interesting. So these are regular locked diff spools that come with these axles. And the reason they come with it is because these axles actually have an open diff option. So the ones installed in here already are open diffs. And let's take a look by opening it up and see. Let's just take a look at the differential inside. Alright, I'm going to have to remove the axle shafts, but once I do, I'll kind of open up the diff and let you look. But this is what the open diff looks like. It is the red colored one. And let's go ahead and remove the rest of this so you can take a look. You can see the portal gears, they do have grease on them already. There's bearings inside. Good look at how these are made. Alright, with the axle shafts out, we can kind of take a look at this diff right here. It's the pinion gear right there. Alright, so here is the open diff. And if you open this up, there's going to be spider gears inside. Let me make sure I have the right screwdriver for that. Alright, let's open this up and take a look, shall we? Alright, so if you could take a look in there, there are really tiny spider gears in there, and that is your open diff. Hope you guys can take a look, see that. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the really tiny spider gears in there. So really cool. You can maintain them. They're already greased up from the factory, but definitely you're able to maintain them. Alright, so I gave you the look inside the open diff. So let me kind of close that up before I forget something. So make sure you don't over tighten them. I wouldn't want to strip anything out. Alright, anyway, now that I got the ring gear bolted back up to the open diff spool, this is basically something you could swap back and forth between. The only thing you'll have to do is to unbolt this ring gear and bolt it onto the lock spool, and then you'll have locked diffs. But from the factory, they come with the open diffs installed. And the open diffs will allow you to have a better turning radius and just overall better moving around at speed. If you're going to be mostly crawling, you probably want to use the locked diff. Now I'm going to grease this back up, put it back into the axle, and when we're back, we'll start installing the axles onto the rig. Alright, I got the axle put back together. Let's go ahead and install this on the rig. Alright, as well as swapping out the axles, I will also be swapping out the drive shaft right here. So I think, no, this is the right size. I'm going to take this off. I'm replacing the whole thing. So I will put this back so I don't lose it. But we will need to remove the shaft from this side. And let's see if that can be accessed from here, which it doesn't look like it can be. So it looks like we'll have to remove the battery tray. Oh, they're all 1.5s. Didn't look like it. Where else is this battery tray connected? The sides, looks like it. Looks like you'll have to remove the upper links as well. Still no, huh? What am I missing here? Oh, it's taped on. Okay, I didn't need to remove the links, but yeah, apparently this piece here was stuck onto the transmission housing. So all you really need to remove are the 2 screws here. Alright, so once you get the battery tray out of the way, you can proceed with removing this portion of the drive shaft. Let's put this back so I don't lose it. Alright. We're now ready to install the drive shafts from all-wheel drive, RC all-wheel drive. And the longer one goes in the rear. Okay, the first thing you want to do is take the upper portion of the drive shaft and mount it up. And you're going to want to use the supplied grub screws and thread lock. Now I believe, yep, so you can see here the grub screws in and the upper portion of the drive shaft is secured. Okay, now we're going to want to install the rear portion of the drive shaft. Once again, get your grub screw, thread lock, and make sure that the drive shafts are in phase. Line them up correctly. So you want, see how this is bent up and down, you want to make sure this portion is doing the same thing. Look for the joints. Alright, so my joint here is facing up and down. Yep. Well, actually, you don't really have to worry about it much because it only keys in one specific way. So they've already taken care of that for you. Right there. That makes it easy. Alright, we'll take care of the upper links first. And use the already supplied screw, which is a 2mm. Yeah, these stock links are plastic. I would like to get better links in the future. I'll probably get some links from RCAWD710 from Instagram. He makes some really nice links, so you should look him up. And he may have some links for this rig, so I'll have to hit him up and ask him. And I'll link to his Instagram bio in the description below. But if you're looking for links for your microcrawlers, definitely hit him up. Oops, lost the drive shaft there. Alright, well, let's take these screws out first, make it easy on ourselves. And we're back to 1.5. I'm going to use the electric just to unscrew, not to screw in. Right. Having a little trouble here. Try again. Alright, I'm not going to use the screws provided with RCO, the axles. I feel like the screws for the lower links are a little bit too short, so I'm going to reuse the stock screws, which are a little bit longer. Alright, the rear is all complete now. The new drive shaft as well as the rear portal axles. Let's go ahead and take care of the front. And you're going to want to remove the steering servo right there. Yeah, zip tied. Looks like you're gonna have to remove the motor, maybe not. You might have a small amount of space to get to the drive shaft from here. Let's take a look. Oh, I think I just missed it. right there. Go ahead and put this on. White side facing the label. Let's double check that. Yep. And we're ready to put the front axle on. Actually, let's put this on first, so that we don't have to do it later. Alright, so this is anything like the other screws. You probably want to use the stock screws instead of the ones supplied on the axle here. So let me just take a quick look. No, it's a little bit different. It might be okay. Yeah, you got enough room to work with. So you can reuse these screws for the front axle. On the rear axle, you want to use the stock screws. Alright. The axles are installed. Let's put this battery tray back. We're getting somewhere. I gotta clean up this wiring sooner or later. Let's put these back. These guys. Alright, I'll zip tie this later. Could at least slip it through here though. tuck it away for now. Alright, now we could put the wheels and tires back on. This is probably a nut just to keep that wheel hex in place. So let me take that off. Open diffs. Alright, looks like you can't reuse the lock nuts that came with the rig. You'll have to use the ones that are supplied. And I just wanted to verify that. There you go. Alright, we're done. It's like super high trail now, because you got the portal axles. But really cool. Now you could tell they're open diffs, because the other tire is moving the other direction. So I can only imagine how this is going to run with monster truck tires. I think I'm going to change this into a monster truck, especially with the open diffs here. Maybe put some more power into it and change it into a monster truck with the Chevy body. Might look kind of cool, right? Now it does sit pretty high. I think we're going to need monster truck tires. They'll look perfect. So, alright, one more thing I want to go over with you guys before running the vehicle. Now, this is how the motor comes plugged in stock, the red wire towards the outside. Now, you'll notice when I press the throttle, it's going into reverse. It's because these RC all-wheel drive axles are portal axles, so the rotation direction is opposite from a straight axle. So what you're gonna have to do is, if you are using a radio other than the stock radio that has the ability to switch the throttle trim to reverse, then you'll have to switch your throttle trim to reverse, or your throttle channel. Now if you're using the stock radio system, you don't have the option to switch the direction of the channel. So what you're gonna have to do, unplug the battery first, take this motor wire and just plug it in the other way with the black wire facing the outside. And it's a tight fit, but you can fit it in right there. So with the battery plugged in, you can see now if I press the throttle, it's now going in the right direction. So make sure you take care of the direction before you run the rig. So I hope you enjoyed this video for the install of the RC all-wheel drive portal axles with the option for open diff or locked diff, as well as the RC all-wheel drive shafts for the TRX4M. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates on these Traxxas TRX4M K10 platform. Thanks for watching.